Decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time.
Don't finish your dinner, bro.
Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive. But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps...
Why? 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 Why do you sleep there? Why? I don't get it, man. Hello, everybody! My name is Juvira Arachne, and welcome to the web. I'm a spider VTuber hoping to cure your arachnophobia. And today we will be checking out 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. Ruh-roh! Who knows what's going to happen in this one, guys? But strap in! Put your seatbelt on, and let's go and see what the 6 most disturbing encounters are. So let's go. Let's go!
Daniel O'Neill is a YouTuber from the UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK for almost 10 years.
In the UK,
most of the
you already know. If you're camping in the UK, you better be very, very careful. Because God knows what's in those damn trees. Okay, first of all, a lot of people can definitely, it doesn't even matter if it's in England or not. Dude, you have to be careful with camping because, like, people can just show up. They can just show up and potentially be very dangerous to you when you're in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage of his adventures in the great outdoors.
That's cool.
For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping trip in the woodlands close to his home, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries, and pointing out the sights on the way to the campsite.
Okay.
At several points along the way, he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail.
The footprints and garbage. I would be worried as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, guys. Imagine this. You're going camping on your own, by the way. Not even somebody else with you. And you notice that there's a lot of footsteps and a lot of stuff just stuck into garbage bags, you know? I think I would, first of all, maybe check out the garbage bags. Because you never know. What if there's a, I don't know, severed hand in there or something like that, you know? I would be so scared. I would be so scared, actually. Oh, I would literally, like, immediately go and choose another location to, like, camp at. Actually, guys, do you like camping? Let me know in the comments if you do.
Indicating other people had been there in the last few days.
Yeah.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here.
Someone's been there. Do you need a permit?
This does get used, doesn't it?
I wonder if you need a permit to, like...
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down at a clearing
to,
where
like,
he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into the video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
Yeah, Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is really
He keeps on looking around. Wait. I can hear the footsteps so clearly. As if they're right next to him. But nothing's moving.
Is that a badger? Hello?
That's strange. Oh, I don't like that one. I would leave.
Even though some pretty human-like footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel, as soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped. For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles, but things only continue to get even more creepy as the sun begins to set.
Why would you stay there? Okay, no, listen. Why would you stay there? Why would you stay there? After something like that, you're like legitimately a protagonist in a horror movie. Like genuinely. Like you hear weird noises. You hear extremely weird noises. And you think to yourself, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna stay. You know what? I'm just gonna stay. Hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just gonna stay. Straight up. Like, what? What? What are we doing? Why are we doing that? Why? 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 Anyways. The footsteps are returning. Just leave. Just leave. Leave. Why would you ever camp there? At night. Even worse at night.
There's that noise again now.
That's so freaky. Hello. It sounds like they're so close, but I don't see anything.
You got a bit of that. There's nobody here.
That's so weird.
About 40 minutes into the video, the footstep noises can be heard again, and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel. By this point, most people would have hightailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time.
Don't finish your dinner, bro.
Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive. But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps...
Why? 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 Why do you sleep there? Why? I don't get it, man.
Steps start up again.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't stay here now. I want to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments.
Go! No one will call you that, bro.
I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this loads of times.
What if he gets backshots by a ghost?
I'm gonna go find somewhere else to get this bivvy set up.
Yes.
But I'm leaving this spot.
This is like...
Understandably, after this third incident, Daniel decides to head somewhere else for the night to play it safe. It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods.
Yeah.
This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in such a vulnerable position all by yourself and especially in unknown territory. It was either that or an animal walking through the grass, but because Daniel mentioned the grass was a little wet and wouldn't have made that dry sound if an animal stepped on it, this is pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady. They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way, it's a good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could happen to Daniel that night. The Rampant Range is part of a front range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, made up of almost entirely public land within the Pike National Forest. In the summer, you'll find lots of bikers enjoying the Rampant Range's elaborate trail system and...
Guys, do you like biking around? I love like normal bikes, you know? Like the ones where you're like slightly slowly drive around. Not these kind of bikes, but like the bikes that you have to like power with your foot, you know? Mountain bikes, I don't know, whatever. Those types of bikes. I loved using those. I need to get a new one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I don't have one anymore, but I definitely want to go get one again. That would be very nice. It's also good for your health. I think I've heard.
Exploring the great outdoors.
Yes.
For the most part, this part of Colorado is a paradise for anyone who enjoys spending time in nature. But over the past few years, there's been a pretty alarming trend on the rise, with random people setting up wires on trees at just about head height in an effort to seriously injure bikers on the trail. In 2019, a post describing this terrifying trend was uploaded to Facebook. And disturbingly, the uploader mentioned that one of his high school friends had lost his life as a result of running into a similar wire on a trail. Immediately, people jumped into the comments to point out how incredibly messed up it would be to do something like this, and how this kind of evil needs to be categorized as attempted murder if the suspects are ever caught. A couple of years before that post was made, in
Uh-oh.
2017, 2 motorbike riders uploaded a video to YouTube of their encounter with a similar wire, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close call.
Yeah. Dude, if you go so fast. Oh my god, yeah. Dude, this guy has an insane reflex. That is genuinely... Like, what do you... Okay, as a person setting these up, what are you trying to get? Yeah, what are you trying to achieve? To get people to fall off their bikes? You know damn well how fast some of these bikers go. And if they go against that wire, they might just cut their head off. Genuinely. That could genuinely cut their heads off. Oh my god. This is attempted murder. Literally. Attempted murder. Jesus, man. Some people.
When these wires are set up off trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out
Yeah.
of malice or if a random
does
camper or
this?
farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar.
There's no
But
way
in
you hang
cases
up
like
clothes
these
on
where
that.
the wires are specifically placed on the trail, there's really only one reason people would do that, and that's to bring serious harm to bikers
Yeah.
for some reason. Possibly they're annoyed with the constant loud sound of the bikes near their property or
Okay,
something
but there's
else.
no
But
one
hopefully
there.
more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially because it's not uncommon to
Nasty.
hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind of stuff.
Absolutely nasty. Somebody could genuinely
This
lose his
audio
life.
was uploaded to YouTube by a user named Forest Fire number
Unexplained
21.
screaming.
He recorded it around 2 a.m. in December 2014. The uploader lives in a forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the
Okay.
woods behind his house.
Oh. Oh, that's... That's so... Yo! That is so creepy! Okay, I can... More... It's not even these, like, supernatural fact of that thing. It's more like you don't know what's happening, man. Okay, when I hear stuff like this, I don't immediately go like, oh my god, it must be something supernatural. No, I go towards like the very sad realization that maybe it might just be, you know, a family, but something might have happened to them or something is being done to them, literally. That's so creepy.
It's hard to make out what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" In addition to the young female voice making most of the noise, this quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in the audio only makes the whole incident that much more disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
Near the end of the video, the uploader mentions that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation
Okay.
for the screams, but he never did. The fact that the screaming was captured at around 2 a.m. in the freezing cold weather and in the middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister taking place that night.
Yeah!
It's hard to tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead.
It's also like, okay, so this is like a very common tactic that kidnappers do, for example, or people that are really bad people, right? They mimic or even have kids with them and make them scream and, you know, to lure people out and try to like, because people will hear that scream and go like, oh my god, that's a kid that needs help. That's a kid that needs help. I need to go and save it. You know, type of deal. And usually when this happens, they are put up as bait. And then when you try to help them, somebody will literally come up behind you and just, you know, try and kill you, or maybe even, you know, do the whole cloth to the mouth or nose, more like it, and then, you know, you are knocked out cold and I don't know what happens after that.
Of immediately calling the police after hearing a female voice in such obvious distress.
Yeah.
But at this point, there's not much that can be done about it. And who knows,
Yeah.
maybe the uploader did call
Never
the police.
follow it.
There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved, but based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation,
very creepy.
we probably won't ever be able to know for sure.
It's so scary, man.
Lisa is a life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own.
Yay!
One afternoon in 2020,
van life videos were so popular at some point that I watched them like religiously. I watched them so often, so much, and I was like, oh my god, I love these. I would also like to experience like having a van and just living on the go, you know? But also with my type of thing that I'm doing, that would never work.
Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside, when suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her permission, and started asking her some pretty bizarre questions in French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator app to try to communicate with her, which obviously made her pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space.
Yeah.
After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure the guy got the hint. Strangely, for over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator app to try to communicate with Lisa, even after she made it more than obvious that she wanted nothing to do with him.
Dude, I would immediately drive away. Drive away. You never know what the hell that guy's gonna do, man. Where's he going? No, drive away.
Getting closer, so that I can't move out, and so that I can't go forward.
Call the police. Call the police. You never know what's gonna happen. Call the police.
Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave.
Oh, you can even tell that she's scared in her tone of the voice, man.
With a very shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes and pretty much just stalked Lisa from a distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again. But the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
This guy is really starting to freak me out.
Can he leave?
Half an hour, and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. And anyways,
call the police.
It's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
I would immediately call the police, I'm not gonna lie.
Just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening.
But still...
Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there. When he saw the other family in the RV was also still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back.
That's so creepy.
The next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again.
Oh my god.
It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and
that's really creepy,
behavior,
man. Oh my god, I would have called the police immediately. Not gonna lie.
One thing we can be sure about is that it's a good thing the other family in the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did.
Very true.
Otherwise, who knows what the man would have done to Lisa.
Don't even let stuff like this happen, guys. If you are feeling extremely sketchy about something, I would just honestly call it. But yeah, no, guys, always call the freaking police. If something like this happens, just call them. Like, instead of ending up dead somewhere, you might as well do that. Legit. Like, don't play with your life. Don't do it.
In May 2014, an Imager user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck
northern Germany, huh?
Up out of the ground like periscopes.
Oh?
Apparently, his friend and his siblings played near the pipes as kids and knew that there were bunkers hidden below them, but their parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety.
Yeah!
During the visit narrated in the blog post, the uploader and his friend decided to check out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger. and they found some pretty disturbing stuff.
What did they
A
find?
few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar.
Of course.
Once inside, all they could see were these long, seemingly endless hospital...
No. Now, we do not go into the weird, creepy tunnel. No, no, no. Some things that you should never do. Number 1, go into the weird, creepy hospital-looking ass hallways. In a bunker. Underneath the freaking earth. No.
hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the
Jesus,
woods.
why would you go there?
As they ventured further
Don't.
and further into the maze
Just
of tunnels,
don't.
they found graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people to
That's
get the
so
idea to explore
creepy.
the underground bunkers.
Imagine something just
To
shows
the
up.
explorer's horror, one of the walls deep inside the tunnels had the word "help" in German graffitied all over it. It's possible that it was just sprayed on there by another group
Yeah.
of teens trying to
It's
be
definitely
funny.
just, you
But
know.
the eerie nature of the bunker, coupled with the general state of disarray, really makes you wonder if something
It's
more
probably just a
sinister took
prank.
place down there at some point, possibly even written by German soldiers in the
That's
later
so
parts of World War II.
creepy.
As they traveled deeper into the bunker, they found some more disturbing graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Obviously, that's not the kind of message you want to see in a tunnel system like this, but the two friends decided to keep on
No.
exploring anyway. After several hours down in the bunker, they ended up finding tons of more twisting, winding hallways, flooded rooms with old machines,
Ooh.
and dark, narrow corridors that reached dead
That's
ends.
so
but
creepy,
nothing more
though.
disturbing than the graffiti they had found a few hours earlier.
Okay, to be fair, I would totally love to explore something like this. Okay, like, obviously with enough help, with enough safety, you know, precautions and all that, but going through something like this is so interesting. Like, you feel like you're inside of, like, Silent Hill or something.
The explorers managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back out
Good.
again.
I'm glad.
In the summer of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known
What the
hiking
heck?
trail in the high
Dude,
mountain
this reminds me of that one time. Like, okay, I don't know if this became like a trend, but with Halloween, right? And like people giving out candy, some people put like little pins or like needles inside of them. And it's like, dude, what is wrong with you, man?
Park Preserve in Wayne, New Jersey.
Okay.
As per the police reports, the traps mostly consisted of boards with nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near
That is
rocks or
so
logs,
scary.
and other treacherous materials. As more and more complaints started coming in, police warned people to keep an eye out for the traps. and even
Somebody
organized
was trying to
cleanup
kill
efforts
someone.
keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people.
Yeah.
As there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of
Legit.
such a popular hiking trail.
It's not for
The fact that
animals
someone would
either.
Take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail, and place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets is honestly pretty messed up.
I hope they caught the
It didn't
person
take
that
the
did
cops
that.
Too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing.
Oh?
Although they never found the individual suspects responsible for placing the traps on the trail, the sheriff's department determined that the traps had probably something to do with the feud between hikers and bikers who
Okay.
had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents, it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing their presence, which has led to several
Okay.
injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the years.
Oh.
Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of
That's still messed up, though. Doesn't matter if you have like a feud. Like, you're trying to kill someone. Literally.
trying to harm an entire group of people so
That's messed
maliciously
up.
with such brutal methods.
Literally messed
Fortunately,
up.
No one was hurt as a result of the traps, but the suspects responsible were never found.
That's crazy. They were never found. Well, just know, guys, you better be very careful. If you hike a lot, if you go camping a lot, just make sure that you're always safe, okay? Look at the ground. Don't look just randomly out into the woods and go like, oh, this is great. No, look at the ground, okay? Be careful what you're stepping into. And be careful about the noises that are around you when you go outside and camping, okay? Make sure you just go to a camping spot where it's like safe, you know? Like a guarded camping spot. You know what? That's probably the best one to do. Not gonna lie. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, this was 6 most disturbing forest encounters caught on camera. by chilling scares, of course. And if you guys really like me reacting to these chilling scares videos, then make sure that you tell me down in the comments as always. And I will see you on the other side. And welcome back to the other side. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss another video. And make sure you also check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/JuviraArachne. And as always, thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much to Shredded Ninja, Asadai, Yumeo, Connor Quinny, Falloon, Tao Aku, Moket, Draxon, Lurker Samson, OwnCoder78, and Tara McMahon. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye 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 bye.